It is said that wars are only won upon the anvil of honor.
Others believe victory requires strategy and a mastery of power.
War is deception. A game played best from the shadows.
Only strength and raw power can assure total dominance.
But of course, you could forget all that and just have fun! Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft.
Hi guys, and welcome back to StarLadder iLeague, where we have one of the best players in the world fighting for $50,000 prize pool. We've just seen Kolento win versus Orange and Kolento win versus Purple. The next match is Kolento. It's actually not Kolento. The next match is Savitz. I think you're muted, Savitz. It's Kranich versus Orange, though. So
that's what I said. Yes.
Nice. All right. So Kranich versus Orange. Are you excited, Savitz?
I sure am. Now we're gonna finally get to see Kranich play. He was supposed to play earlier, but Surrender had some issues paying on time. So now Kranich will be playing, and Orange is going to be his opponent. Orange struggled a little bit with his priest, but let's see if it works out better now against what I would guess is an aggressive lineup from Kranich, but we can't know for sure.
Yeah, we can't know for sure, but I think he's actually bringing Shaman. He brought Shaman to DreamHack Winter, so I hope he's actually bringing it again. And that might be a deck similar to Kolento's deck. It might be absolutely different as well. So you can see the timing for today, for the schedule. So Kranich versus Orange happening right now. Then we'll have Purple versus Surrender and Surrender versus Kranich. And apparently Surrender is online, so hopefully we'll be able to see those matches today as well. If we have any issues with that, we'll update you guys immediately. But before Surrender, we have Kranich versus Orange. And Kranich, he is the only guy who made BlizzCon twice. World Championships.
That's pretty cool, I have to say, and well deserved. He didn't get knocked out early on or anything like that. He made was it top 4 the first time around and top 8 on the second try. So not bad at all. And it's been a while since BlizzCon and League of Explorers is out. Let's see if he's adjusted his strategies.
Yeah, absolutely. And he also played DreamHack Winter. He finished top 16, I believe, where Orange actually finished top 8. So, they are playing from time to time. I don't exactly remember any specific rivalry between them, but they are just trying to get to the top, both of them. And Orange has an amazing performance in the beginning of the year, but right now he's getting those top 8s. And he is hungry for more. He absolutely wants more than just top 8. And here fighting versus Kranich, especially after the loss versus Kolento, he has to win that game.
Yep, that wasn't Orange or Kranich. It was our Russian casters. If you're a Russian viewer, there's also a Russian language cast. You might want to check it out. Or if you enjoy us and having it in English, here we are for you.
Absolutely. And shout out to our Russian guys and to StarLadder for giving us this opportunity to cast those games for you. 20 pro players, great players. They are playing in 4 groups, round robin. Everyone versus everyone in a specific group, best of 5 conquest, and 2 players from every group will advance to the second group stage. Group stage will be GSL. So we'll see what's going to happen. We've seen some amazing games already in a couple of previous days, even today, and tomorrow we'll continue 6 p.m. European time. Me and Savitz casting the second part of this group for you. It's Group C. Then on 7th and 8th, we'll have, again, from 6 p.m., Noxious and Lothar picking up Group D. And with that, we'll just advance to the second group stages. And we have a lot of Hearthstone for you in December and an amazing finals in January.
Wow, I love Hearthstone. I love December. I love StarLadder. What? It's so good.
That was so genuine, Savitz, really.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, we do love Hearthstone. We love talking about Hearthstone, watching Hearthstone, and watching those pro players fight and get the glory and bring everything with them into those matches.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest tournaments online, if not the biggest after BlizzCon now. There has been we had a DreamHack event, which was a live event, but if you want to watch for many days, all these players do get out. I think that the lineup is also here quite amazing. Every single group is stacked with some of the greatest players in the Hearthstone.
Yeah, and especially after the release of League of Explorers, we've seen so many great cards like Keeper of Voldemort, Reno, Bran, Dark Peddler, and we'll see even more exciting cards. The players today, they cannot use the new wing that just got released, but they can use the previous two. And then hopefully, well, for sure, in the future, they will be using the new cards as well.
Absolutely, there's some interesting Murlocs coming, and some other cards like the new Priest card, Entomb. I think that might make a splash, and maybe put Control Priest back on the map.
What is the deck you're testing right now, Savitz? Like, have you played anything today specifically for Hearthstone?
I actually didn't play today at all. I've been enjoying some of the Arcane Golem, Power Overwhelming, Faceless Manipulator combo Warlocks quite a bit, and also the Warlock decks, especially with Bran, Bronzebeard, and Dark Peddler. That type of decks are really cool. I've also tried a little bit of Summoning Stone, just playing it in Rogue and Mage. It's been fun, but not that successful.
All right, pretty cool decks. I tried to build a Shaman deck, and I tested Shaman and I faced only Hunters, so I lost miserably just trying to do whatever I can, and then I switched to Paladin and I faced Shamans and I just won versus them without problem. So poor Shamans didn't get lucky that time, but there is one Shaman that actually works, and that's Colento's new Shaman.
Yeah, it sure was working. It didn't just win 2 games, but both of them quite convincingly. Those were not even close games. I feel like Olento's draws weren't even that amazing. He struggled to find the Doomhammer in the second one, but he got it in the end, and it looked like an easy win. Really cool to see people innovate and bring new things to the table in competitive Hearthstone.
Absolutely, and there is a Shaman from Kranich, as expected. He's also bringing Paladin and Hunter, and what I'd say that this is probably aggressive Hunter and a Secret Paladin. Shaman, he was playing aggressive one, but is he playing Trogs? Did he change anything? Is it more Colento or more Kranich Shaman? That's really interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, knowing Kranich's style, I would expect an aggressive Shaman. But exactly what kind of Shaman, I don't know. It might be something that we haven't seen before. It might be something completely new.
Hopefully. But there is the Rogue for Orange, and historically, Rogue was always good versus Shaman. How is it versus the aggressive Shaman, though? Because aggressive decks were good versus Rogue.
It kind of depends. Rogue is fairly alright in killing the minions off the board, but Rogue usually has limited amount of healing unless you're running double heal pots or something like that. So the Shaman might be faster than the Rogue and be able to finish the game before those powerful oil turns come. But I don't know exactly, but if it's not a double heal but Rogue, I would give an aggressive Shaman a slight edge.
I'm just looking into those guys' rooms right now, and I noticed that Orange has a Tracer figurine on the shelf. It's not fully visible, it's a bit cut, but I can see one leg.
Yeah, Overwatch is getting quite a bit of hype. I've been playing a bunch, have you?
I was playing a lot, and I love the game, but they do switch it off for December, so we'll be able to focus more on Hearthstone.
Yeah, it's quite enjoyable. Yeah.
They actually got the StarCraft character. So, one of the characters in Overwatch is a StarCraft fan, like a girl who plays a lot of StarCraft. What I would really want to see, I want to see a character who is a Hearthstone fan.
Yeah. Like, just put a Reno Jackson in Overwatch or something.
Reno Jackson, please. Overwatch, Blizzard, please.
Just ultimate heal everybody to full and like something. Absolutely. Unless you have more of the same characters than one in your team.
We also need to get a Hearthstone character in Heroes of the Storm, because Heroes of the Storm is getting some Overwatch characters already, and I would really like to see an Innkeeper character. Or maybe even Reno Jackson, which is originally a Hearthstone character, because Reno Jackson, I believe, was not in World of Warcraft.
Oh, awesome. What else would be cool characters in Overwatch? Could you maybe throw in a Tyrion Fortring into Overwatch?
Yeah, but he is a really Warcraft character. I'm not sure if he'll be a Hearthstone-related one. And we're like the new characters. Like Bran Bronzebeard wasn't World of Warcraft, Reno Jackson wasn't, and Mr. Murgleton is something that's really only Hearthstone.
Yeah. Well, Overwatch does have its own unique galaxy and like own characters. So, unfortunately, in reality, we probably won't be seeing any of the Warcraft or even Hearthstone lore characters. But it's pretty kind of fun as a huge fan of both games to see those. We are having some technical difficulties right now. It should be sorted in a bit, and then we can stop talking about Overwatch and proceed with the games. Cool thing about this match is that both of these players are playing 3 different classes. So we have 6 different classes to represent here. Completely different strategies, completely different styles.
So if this is an aggressive lineup from Kranich, where Paladin is hardly aggressive because he can play a standard secret midrange with, let's say, 6 secrets and Secret Keeper, which is like a midrange, less aggressive, more midrange. How does the Orange's lineup deal with it? I think it's looking good actually with Rogue and with Priest. It is anti-aggro.
Okay, well, Kranich is playing some kind of aggressive shaman, but it's not going to be the same list as Kolento was running, because we do see a mech warper in the starting hand, and Kolento was not playing any mechs.
So it seems like it is a mech shaman indeed, with some twist, like new cards like new Totem Golem, which is not usually in a
mech shaman. Yeah, it's interesting to see what else is in there. The drops for sure, because we do see 3 Overload cards in the starting hand. Surprisingly, it looked like Kranich was replacing a Mech Warper. I'm kind of used to seeing Mech Warper being as one of the best cards in the starting hand, but we don't know what exactly is in Kranich's deck, so I'm sure that he knows better and he knows that it's correct to throw away.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a card. Well, he got it back and he got a Neutron, so it doesn't look that bad for Kranich. For Orange, though, he has Wormer's Agent that will be activated with the Twilight Guardian, but he is missing a second dragon. He would love to play... Well, he is actually missing a free drop, which is also really important.
Yeah, and with the Overload, that Wormer's Agent is a huge roadblock for Kranich right now. He might be regretting slightly now that he didn't rock biter the Northshire Cleric on the previous turn. This is a really awkward situation. He needs to most likely to bolt or rock biter. He could rock biter on that Totem Golem and use that to clear the Wormer's Agent. Doesn't feel very good.
Don't you want to Lightning Bolt the 1/3 to deny the draws, because Priestess has 3 cards, you have a bit more?
Yeah, but there would be no minion to heal just yet, and another issue is that like drawing those extra cards does cost some mana, so seeing a heal on an early turn, it's not that big of an issue. I mean, the only way to draw a card right now would be to heal the Totem Golem, which is certainly not something that Orange wants to do.
Oh man, Shadow Ward Death doesn't feel good, and you can't play this Twilight Whelp, so this is just... you may heal the Totem Golem and draw a card, but...
Yep.
You might not be that desperate, especially because in turn 4... Oh, is he going for the Twilight Whelp? Interesting. So, really aggressive play here.
Yep. Not bad at all. And there's a Feral Spirits, but does he want to do it now, or is it better to make Mech Warper Lightning Bolt or Mech Warper Anoyatron? Looks like he's going to go for the Mech Warper into Lightning Bolt and getting a full clear.
Yeah, that's really solid. You not only deal with the Northshire Cleric, you also deal with the Dragon. And no Dragon for Orange, this means like a 2/6 is gonna be a 2/6. No buffs. Still a decent minion though.
Yeah, well, that's like the worst feeling, because you're just like, oh, why don't I have a Dragon? It would just have a taunt and +1 for which would make things so much easier.
Power Mace is pretty nice pickup for Kranich. He will be able to deal with the 2/6 with a 3/1 attack and a Power Mace. But
yeah,
there are other options as well. He has to consider them.
Yeah, there's definitely some options here. Looks like he is going to go with the Power Mace, likely to use the Totem Golem to finish off that Drake, and yeah, he does do so. Orange is now at 5 mana, so he cannot Cabal Shadow Priest just yet. Hero Power Pass.
This is so tough because the Power Mace will buff the Mech Warper, which means the Cabal Shadow Priest will not be able to kill it.
Yeah, but there would still be something for the Cabal Shadow Priest to take, because all of Kranich's minions are like, well, not all of the minions, but a lot of the minions are something that can still be stolen. For example, the Anoyatron or the Feral Spirits. Those all give targets to Orange to steal. Kranich is trying to get the buff on the Anoy. Oh, he's actually not using the weapon at all. Never mind. I thought he might have been pushing. Yeah, that helps him now deal with some of the minions later on.
Yeah, that's one of the things that the pro players do, where you just keep the weapon for trading, and you're able to gain so much more if you just kill a minion instead of just going for face.
I mean, I wouldn't have hated it if he just went for the face with the with the weapon, they are getting the Mech Warper up to 4-6, going full to face with the Mech Warper for that little bit of extra damage too. But this does make a lot of sense.
Okay, so now what will be the best way? Oh, he's going for the Zap-O-Matic now. He has to use the weapon.
Oh, certainly, like he has to use it this turn. And seeing him play the Zap-O-Matic first means that he wants to get the buff on the Zap-O-Matic. Let's see if he gets it. No.
He also hopes there is no Light Bomb then.
Yep, but there he is.
Alright.
Kranich needs to decide here if he wants to make trades or not.
In theory, you don't have to attack. You have a lot of damage on board, but on the other hand, if there is an AoE coming...
Yep, and we can see that there is that Light Bomb waiting and also Holy Nova.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Light Bomb doesn't do that much. It kills the Zap-O-Matic. Holy Nova does the same thing, so Mech Warper for now and the Feral Spirits are in good shape.
Yep, and he is hovering over the Light Bomb. One of those two cards almost certainly needs to get played because that Zap-O-Matic is just way too dangerous.
Yeah, if there would be not that much damage, you could go for Dr. Boom to develop the board and try to fight back from there, but the Zap-O-Matic just being a +6.
Yeah, things would get really crazy if there was maybe a Flame Tongue Totem top deck.
Or even a second Rock Batter.
Even that, yes. That's the Light Bomb.
Yeah, the Light Bomb drops and this prepares the board nicely for the Holy Nova next turn.
Yep.
He'll have more mana as well for the next turn to Holy Nova and do something else. Kranich just continues with the damage.
Yeah, really nice setup here. And smart going for the Light Bomb first. Now that even after the Healing Stream Totem, the Holy Nova is able to clear out everything aside from that Spider Tank.
And there is a Shrinkmeister as well. Kranich without cards. And Orange still at 16 points of health. So out of gas, I have to say it looks really good for Orange now.
It does, but there's always that possibility that Kranich top deck something like Doomhammer. And with the Doomhammer and maybe follow it up with the Rock Biter, things might still turn around.
Absolutely. The game is not over till it's over. Something like Ragnaros might be interesting, but then there's too many targets. Orange out to 15.
Oh,
Doomhammer! You called it, Savitz!
There it is. That's the Doomhammer. That is exactly what you wanted to find.
Wow. So start doing that damage. But
yeah.
Rock Biter, it's still not enough. Orange can heal here. That will be 10 damage. He needs to clear and heal.
Kranich might have 2 turns. Oh, but there's a taunt. But the taunt doesn't work because he doesn't have an extra dragon. That's the only dragon in his hand right now.
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
So Orange is probably trying to set up lethal here. Let's see if he can do it. He should be able to by going face with the Dr. Boom. Putting Kranich down to 15. 15. So that's easily lethal.
And Power Mace is not gonna do it.
Well, actually, it's not easily lethal. Never mind. That's going to be short. Unless there's a one. Yeah, there needs to be a 1/1 totem that he could have traded a Boombot for.
He can still maybe draw a Holy Nova for lethal.
Yep, there's a lot of things. Or Balance Chosen, maybe.
And actually now, the Rock Biter is still deadly.
It is.
Orange needs a dragon, maybe. Just to set up the taunt. Oh, that does not help here. So
yeah,
Kranich still has a chance with a Rock Biter top deck.
Does. He did play one Rock Biter earlier on, so there's only one remaining in his deck. But he could potentially also get a Crackle and roll high on the Crackle. That would also get the job done. Orange smartly knows that next turn he's going to have lethal anyway, clears the spell. Oh!
You can't win with that.
Oh, that's a lot of weapons.
Oh man, that's
so you just So you just like use all of those weapons now. 3 weapons in a row, that's a bit unfortunate, but he did choose to put all of those weapons in his deck, and sometimes this happens when you play multiple copies of same card.
Yeah, but Kranich played well and concealed that second weapon from Orange, so Orange doesn't know how many Doomhammers there are in the deck, but you can probably expect to.
Yeah, I mean, at that type of deck, it's one of the key cards. In some matchups, it's exactly what's your win condition. Against classes that heal, like Priest, you need to be able to have more sustained damage, and Doomhammer does do that over multiple turns. You can keep the hero power at bay, and Priest can't like heal out of range again.
Absolutely. All right, so we have Rogue for Orange. That's an interesting class. It should have an easy match versus Paladin. And then we have Warlock that we haven't seen because he lost to Colento without showing us the Warlock. I think that's a Handlock or a Demon Lock, but it can be anything at this point.
Yeah. Let's see what the next picks are. It's going to be Orange on a Rogue playing against Kranich's Shaman. So Kranich is sticking with his Shaman even though it didn't work out last time.
Well, it has to work at least once for Kranich to win the match.
Yeah. This is really interesting to me because you asked me about this matchup, like how do I feel about it, and I thought that the Shaman would have a slight edge, but let's see how it goes.
Absolutely. Well, Shaman is an aggressive deck. If it has a good start, it should get an advantage, but for now, this hand doesn't look that amazing.
Yeah.
From Kranich, at least. I mean, Totem Golem is... Oh, Talent Shock. That would change.
Oh, that's so annoying. 1 turn too late. Yeah, that would have been so nice on turn 1. We'd have pushed for a lot of extra damage. It's still a kind of an okay draw, because he can, on turn 3, he can play the draw into the Totem Golem.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think about Orange's hand? He has a coin, which is always good for Rogue. SI7. I think this hand looks really nice.
It's okay. Like, he needs something to prep. Like, if I was Orange, I would be hoping to maybe I would find an Eviscerate, or Blade Flurry would also be excellent with the oils. But having double oils, that's a little bit too much. And those minions also, he needs to find a time to play. Oh, that's a good draw. Definitely liking that one for Orange. So he could prep the Evis here to kind of get back on the board, removing that Totem Golem easily and finding a way to combo the SI agent without using the coin.
Yeah, that's an excellent turn for Orange. And back to Kranich, he still has a Trog. He will be able all Spider Tank, but then Spider Tank doesn't deal with the 3/3, and 3/3 gets a free kill on a 2/3. So he might go for Mech Warper Rock Biter. Oh, alright, so he's going for the Spider Tank here.
Yeah, he wants to save the Rock Biter for the Doom Hammer. Taking a very aggressive line here.
Well, that's something he was missing last game, because last game, if he would get that Rock Biter with the Doom Hammer, he could win, but he used the trainer. Yeah.
I can kind of understand this, but that stroke would have added to some extra damage if he was able to hold on to it. It would have dealt 2 extra next turn, and maybe even more. No, it would have dealt like 4 extra, actually, because Orange would have had killed it, so with the Doom Hammer, it would have been 4 extra, so...
Well, with this, this makes sense considering the Doom Hammer next turn, right? So, like, you bait out the attack with a 3/3 into 2/3, and then you just kill it with the Doom Hammer, and then you have 1 more strike with the Doom Hammer.
Yeah, it depends how you look at it. I don't know if you can talk about baiting it out, because it's like he still needs to finish off the SI agent with the Doom Hammer, so that might be some damage wasted. It could work out, but it's definitely a tough call from Kranich there.
What's the play? Is the just the Shredder turn? Okay, it makes sense because from your side you bring a big minion that will provide you with the minion, and the free one is still dangerous to the Shaman.
Yep. Well, Zap-O-Matic. Oh, that's not exactly the card he wanted. What Kranich wants to find right now is not more minions, but it's more direct damage spells. Maybe a second Rock Biter, Lava Burst, Crackle. Those would be excellent cards for Kranich.
Yeah, but he has a lot of cards that do not work here. He still has a second Doom Hammer. He has a Power Mace. Though those will be terrible draws for now.
Yep, and Orange oiling it up here, getting that Shredder all the way to 7 power.
And how do you deal with it? You only have the weapon, so he does need the direct damage. There is the Crackle, though, so that's something.
Well, I don't think you deal with it. I think you just smork and play the mechs maybe and the Rock Biter. Just go face. At this point, there's no way he can switch his strategies to board clear type, I think. I don't think you Crackle it. I think you go face.
The question is, when will you get more time? If you Crackle it, or if you just keep Crackle for the finish?
Next turn is a good turn for it, because this Rock Biter Doom Hammer is going to deal 10 damage, so Orange will be down to 8 HP already, with 4 more coming from that Doom Hammer next turn. Orange needs to find a way to heal, and luckily for him, he does have that Farce here.
And how much damage Orange has? So he has 11 plus 6, 17, so not there yet.
Not quite there yet, but the Farseer might burn. Might buy him another turn unless Kranich stop extra damage spell here.
Or he just gets a totem roll.
Yeah, spellbound totem into.
Oh man, this
But is that he still needs to not roll a 3 on the crackle.
he just needs a 4, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
just a
4.
and he can do it. And that's a free! Oh, my god! No, Kranich!
Not like this, Kranich. Not like this.
That was so close. He almost had him.
He might still have a chance at this, depending on what sort of shredder.
Orange's reaction is like, oh my god, what happened there?
Deadly poison.
That should be it.
That's, yeah, that's gonna steal it, I guess.
9, yeah, there should be enough. Oh wait,
Yeah, it is. It's
Okay.
more than enough, so... Oh my goodness, that crackle, that's gonna sting for Kranich.
yep, that crackle didn't work out, and that was heartbreaking. But he's not out yet. He's still in the match. He's losing 0-2.
Yeah.
Do you shot for the third time, Savitz?
I mean, probably. I would if I was Kranich. He needs to win with the Shaman anyway, so keep the other decks hidden for now. It is his first match. Why would you show your other decks? Just keep your opponents guessing for the next matches. I would certainly keep it just for that reason. Just keep playing Shaman.
Makes a lot of sense. And we're gonna see the Warlock from Orange. So you have this final chance to guess. What is it?
I'm gonna say Malagas.
Okay, Malagas versus Handlock. And you won. That's a Malagas deck.
Looks like it, based on the Soulfire. We haven't seen Soulfire getting played in any other type of Warlock decks. And Kranich is going to play Hunter here. I'm a little bit surprised by that pick, because he has to win with all 3 of his decks, including the Shaman. So why not start with the Shaman to keep the secrets from the Hunter hidden for the next matches?
Maybe it's morale as well. You don't want to lose 0-3. If you feel like Shaman is not a great match, maybe you just want to put Orange in a situation where you win 2 matches, and the 5th game is where you are the winner. You are the 2-0 versus other decks, versus the Warlock. And then based on that, you try to grab the last game to win the match.
Alright, fair enough. And it looks like his Hunter is not exactly full of surprises. It looks like a very standard Hunter. So if he was playing maybe Bear Trap or Snake Trap, in that case it would have been much more important to keep that information secret.
So it's probably hybrid, right? Like, because of the freezing trap.
Yeah.
Leopard Gnomes, High Mains, Argent Horse Rider.
Double abusive though. I don't know if you see that many abusives in a hybrid Hunter. Abusive tends to be more of an aggro Hunter card.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll see how it works out for him. 2 minions right now is alright. There's more to go though.
Oh, that's a great throw for Orange.
Yeah, and Dark Bomb just to limit the damage. He has Malagas, that's inconsequential for now. The important part is that he has Dark Bomb and Corruptor as well. And this deck Malagas deck versus aggro, it can play a bit differently, because you don't really have to get all the combo parts to win. You can just try not to die and deal with everything that Hunter is throwing at you, and then you do have those heals. Like you have Brown Bronzebeard, you have Healbot, so that's 16, and even Farseer,
Exactly. Nothing going Kranich's way here. It rolls a Leok on the Animal Companion on the previous turn. Absolutely the worst one that could have gotten. Even Misha would deal more damage, and that big commander contests that Leok right now, which means he cannot play the Shredder that he would have preferred to do or play.
Yeah, that's right. So Orange going into the freezing trap, and now for 5 mana. He can't kill Leok here. That's why Azure Drake is a better choice than Black Queen Corruptor.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets another Mortal Coil.
Yeah. Kranich. Well, he does have some place, but with that Drake on the board, everything is like a little bit off.
Do you go for more minions? Do you say you do not have Hellfire Orange? I will just go for more minions.
I think it's a gamble that he has to take, and maybe trade the Haunted Creeper for the Drake. Try to land some lucky juggles on it to finish it off.
Yeah, he will have 1 more juggle with the Haunted Creeper, so 3 juggles in total. But I can understand Shredder as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't blame him for it.
All right. Orange has so many good options here. Oh, look at that Hellfire. But
Hello.
do you even cast it now? Because Hellfire is 4 damage, so you'll lose your Azdrake. Maybe you have better place.
Yeah, I think you just go Raptor and hope that it's a 2 toughness minion popping out of it, so the Mortal Coil will be able to finish it all. Let's see what it is. Oh, shit! Well then, that certainly is a 2 toughness minion, but it's not the 2 toughness minion that you wanted to see.
Yeah, watch out for what you wish. Well, Horse Rider can deal with the 4-2. The 2-2 can deal. So basically, he can clear the board.
Yeah.
But it's not what you really want to do as Hunter.
Not at all, because the Hunter needs to end the game quickly. And because if the game goes extremely long, it will always be the Warlock with the advantage. So it's another tough call here, but I think it's just gonna go face and hope for the best.
Yeah, go face for the 8 with everything, hero power.
Yeah. Oh, looks like he is going to do some trading here. At least a little bit.
Yeah,
that's one of the points already.
Azdrake is a good target. You don't want to have more spill damage.
Yeah, then, still gets a decent amount of damage to face.
Alright, so Kranich trying to have some influence on this board, but he is in a very bad spot, and this might be the Hellfire.
Yeah, it almost certainly is. This is so many minions, he needs to clear this. Kranich does still have a chance in the game because Orange has not drawn a heal buff. And because of that shield enable, he's also going to have to use an extra Dark Bomb here to get the full clear.
Yeah, another option was Imp Gang Boss, but on the other hand, after Hellfire he drops pretty low, so leaving Shielded Me bot is, yeah, just even Glaive Zuka has more damage.
Yep.
So Kranich just has to keep his fingers crossed that there will be no heal from Orange, and normally there is double heal bot, 1 Farseer possibly. Anything else to heal yourself?
Heal bots, Farseer, probably not, but there could also be taunts, so taunt is, this Brand Bronze Spear, but that's not helpful right now.
Actually, look at this, there is nothing to deal with this juggler.
Yeah, man, if there's like a quick shot for Kranich from the top, that just might be enough.
It looked
I mean, it is. It would be enough.
Yeah, it looked like the worst game for Kranich, but he can win just right now. Arbigo, it can deal with us with one of the Drakes, but
yeah, that's not good enough. Even if the juggle goes face, he's still going to be 1 off.
And you have to go face.
Absolutely, there's no options.
Oh man. Like, even hero power doesn't win you next turn, but this is what you have to do, Kranich.
Oh, he's actually, yeah.
Actually, killing 1 Azdrake, if you think about it, Azdrake has to kill Knife Juggler, and then you can get kill command, but doesn't even matter at this point. You probably want to go face. Quick shot is safe then.
But he's still 1 damage off next turn with
still
just the hero power. Yeah. No heal bot to be found. Has a Brand Bronze Spear, so if he found that heal bot, it could heal twice.
Yeah, for 16. So Orange goes, hard cast, small goes, and there's kill command for Kranich, so he is taking this game.
Yeah. Seemed like Kranich was really confident in this matchup, picking the Hunter, and now I can see why, because his draw wasn't even that great. Orange had a great early game. It looked like an extremely easy match for Orange, but he just never drew that heal.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he is playing only 1 heal bot. You know, people still change some cards in the decks. I know that Purple was playing double heal bot, I believe, in Farseer. But this is just 3 cards also, and Orange was how many cards in? 15, 16 cards in? So there's still a lot of cards that can be on the bottom of your deck.
It's true. And yeah, so that's a game to Kranich. Not gonna get 3-0'd here. We're gonna see some more of that Orange, Malgus Warlock from Orange.
Absolutely, he's fighting back, and now he's taking his Paladin. So he keeps the Shaman for the last. Paladin versus Malgus. And we've seen Quartermaster, which means this is not the secret Paladin. What do you think about that matchup, Savitz?
I would rather play the Malgus Warlock here for sure. I think that the Paladin has a little bit of a rough time closing out the games against this Malgus Warlock, and the Malgus Warlock has the time it needs to do its combos. But the Paladin definitely has a chance with a nice curve. If you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 2, 3, 4, the Paladin might sometimes be able to get such a strong early lead that the Malgus Warlock can't handle all the pressure.
Absolutely. Free picks that are not great, it seems. You mostly want the Power Overwhelming, Soulfire. There are better cards you can get. Something like the Pirate to deal with the weapon. That's always good from the Dark Peddler.
Yep. It can work out against the Trucial champion. Kranich really needs to hit one Jackal on this Peddler, and he gets it on the last one. Wow, that was so important, because otherwise the Peddler would have traded for the Knife Jackal, which
would be important, because then there is no need for the Hellfire, but now Hellfire is the play.
Yep. Hellfire is still very strong, still a very nice play for Orange, but if those Jackals didn't land, he didn't even need to do it. He gonna save it for later on.
Alright, so for Kranich, Shielded Minibot is not terrible. That's something he can play on this turn. Obviously, Pilot Shredder will be better, but Shielded Minibot is something, it's a small threat.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Dragon Egg, yeah. Just go with it first, because he does have that Defender Argus. Not rushing the Twilight Guardian.
Oh, Keeper. So Keeper is an option. What do you do? So you can, if you go, you can, going for face, I don't think has much sense. Like if you go Quartermaster, you can go 6 for face, but what does it change? You know the deck has taunts, the deck has heals. So you might want to still fight for the board control. Who wins the long game? I think Kranich would be actually in a good position in the long game if he is trading the board.
Well, I kind of feel like the Warlock has the edge as the game goes long, because mostly because of the life tap, how powerful it is, and Paladin doesn't have all that much heal usually. It might be 1 heal, but 1 Lay on Hands. In Mirror's Paladin, at least 1 Lay on Hands, but sometimes even no heal bot, so might struggle, and the Malgus combo will just eventually get you.
Alright, so this means that Kranich has to be aggressive and he needs to be the beatdown in this situation?
I would say so, yes. It's possible somebody disagrees with me, but I feel that way for sure. My win rate is higher when the games go long.
Well, you convinced me, so I believe you here.
Let's hope I'm not wrong.
So, looking at the situation now for Orange, 5 mana, he can play Twilight Guardian if he wants this turn, and he has Mortal Coil as well. Coil first. What else?
The Twilight Guardian is not exactly perfect, but he could still play it into the Shielded Minibot and the weapon. I wouldn't hate Life Tap Dark Peddler either. Just getting more taps, but it's more likely that we're gonna see the 3/6 taunt happen here.
Well, Tresilver has to go at some point. So if you go with the 3/6, you know Tresilver is gonna go, and then you can play Azure Drake on next turn, possibly.
Yeah, exactly. Because that Azure Drake, if he lets Kranich keep that Trucial champion, the Azure Drake would be an easy kill.
And here we can see Keeper of Uldaman, a new card, reducing stats to 3/3, making it even easier Tresilver kill.
Yep. Now he gets to keep his Shielded Minibot.
And Kranich can just continue to ignore the egg, just going for face.
Yep. The Shielded Minibot right now shield less Minibot, so the Abusive Sergeant with the egg could potentially take it out.
There is Soulfire Great Chicken. Well, Soulfire is pretty good, especially in this deck. Because you're running the Malgus combo deck, and in the early version, when the deck appeared, people were running double Soulfire, then they cut to 1, and now with Dark Peddler you can actually get more Soulfires.
That's right. It's really nice for the late game. Dark Peddler is such a flexible card. Sometimes you can pick up a 1-drop that is meaningful. Even Shield Bearer can at times be very useful. And for late game you can pick up cards like the Soulfire that you mentioned. And also Power Overwhelming is quite amazing.
Absolutely. Dark Peddler is a great card, and the stats are fine. A 2/2 is decent. But now Kranich has to make a decision what to do. He can have a clean kill on the 3/3 if he goes with Trusilver. Quartermaster probably has to keep it. Just Dude Quartermaster doesn't do that much. It's a lot of power on board though. if he decides for that. But then he has still Master for Battle, and he has a chance to have a good board later in the game.
Yeah, he was hovering over the Crucible champion, so that would signal that he wants to keep the Equality Consecration, but no, that attack, I think we might see the Equality Consecration here.
And
Alright.
3 damage to face, yeah. So again, being really aggressive, going even for the Zombie Chow. True Silver Champion will provide him with more damage later next turn. It's 8 damage total, so he is continuing. It worked last game with the Hunter, just going for face. There was no heal from Orange.
It did, and Orange a little bit low. He's down 13, but Kranich does have the Zombie Chow on the board right now, so that would provide Orange with some healing.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. But then there's the True Silver for Azure Drake. So do you Dark Bomb the Zombie Chow?
It feels bad, but I think he has to do it. I would probably lean towards it, yes. It's also possible he Dark Bombs the 3-1. Because it just has more power. So I don't hate this either, but cashing in on the heal right now would have also been very valuable.
And you also know there is no chance you're gonna die versus Paladin, versus this type of Paladin, because the maximum amount of damage will be +6 from Consecration and True Silver.
Yeah, so here's the issue. Right now, because he didn't kill the Zombie Chow for the heal, he has to heal this turn, and the only way to do that is by casting one of those Soul Fires, unless he gets like a... Oh, he got another round of Dark Bomb. Well, that's great. Now he can heal. That was a good top deck, but wow, the way that he got there from the top.
And now the double so far is being discounted, so if he gets Maldigus at some point, that would be a lot of damage.
Okay.
There is a Sludge Belcher for Kranich, so he'll be able to play it. Deal with the Torison as well. He knows that he cannot leave Torison on board. But he's slowly running out of resources.
Yeah, well, it's certainly looking great for Kranich right now. Now there's 2 dudes on the board too, so the Quartermaster setup is kind of nice.
This is also saying clearly, hey, I have a Quartermaster in hand. Because he kills the 5-1.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Well, there's a taunt. That's actually not all that bad. It does deal some damage and take out one of the mustard dudes.
Yeah, well, we said that this matchup is actually good for Orange late game. But there is Keeper of Uldaman. Wow, that's a great card. And he can play Keeper and then kill the 3/3 with the Belcher. And then go Quartermaster as well. So clear the board, bring a lot.
Where them heals at? Orange just it's so much pressure right now. He needs to find a last Hellfire or maybe Shadow Flame. He needs to clear this board somehow. I don't know. Well, there's a heal, so that's something.
So he can go up to 16.
He can, but he's looking at 11 damage, so only Kranich now right now only 5 damage off. So if he got a, I was gonna say if he got a True Silver, but I think he might have played both True Silvers.
Soulfire, yeah. And he discards the Soulfire as well.
Wow. This is
man.
Looking really grim for Orange right now. Only with that. Orange he has nothing remaining. No HP. No Maldigus. Just an abusive and big game hunter. But at least he's not.
But even with Maldigus will not do that much at this board.
Yeah. That's true.
Hellfire.
Hellfire, but even then, it's Hellfire Shadow Flame has to be one of those two. It's a Zombie Chow, so that's gonna do it. We're gonna see a game 5 here.
Well, this seems like this is something that Kranich planned. This is what I mentioned. Just take those 2 decks, have it to 0, and right now Orange is the guy who lost 2 games to Maldigus deck, and he might be doubting himself. Can I win with that deck?
So, no Hellfire anymore, so that early Hellfire, even though it was kind of good, it really needed more AoE for later on. Personally, in this matchup, I try to hold on to the Hellfire as long as I can. It's the most valuable card against it, but I'm not like blaming him for using it early. And it felt like he had to do it against the early aggression, but yes, no more AoE, and Kranich takes the game, and here we go with the Shaman.
Oh man, so this is the 3rd chance for Kranich and the 3rd chance for Orange. Those decks lost 2 games before. Who is favored in this?
I want to say Kranich, but I don't No, well, I'm gonna say orange. I think I said orange earlier, the Warlock is. It's such a tough call because that shaman is very aggressive, and we didn't see that much healing from orange. So if he's playing maybe only one heal, but no, there has to be two. I mean,
Yeah, he's just not drawing them. I mean,
just not drawing,
he got
yeah.
it in mulligan, and he mulliganed it away. So this means like he surely has two of them.
Yeah, he has to have.
Oh, look
there
at
we go.
that.
Well, that was fast confirmation.
Thank you, Orange. Thank you, RNG system.
I have no doubt he's playing two heal bots.
That's pretty convincing.
Glad to hear.
All right, but double golem is good start as well for Kranich. That's a lot of power he's packing here.
Yep. Oh, flame him. Alright, going to lightning bolt his own face here.
Oh man, and now you probably play the weapon, deal with the flame imp, or do you even go for face with everything? Oh, flame imp makes sense.
I think you trade for one of these because there could be abuse. Okay, never mind. You go face and let the abusive trade happen.
Well, it is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And Abusive Surgeon means there is no Twilight Drake? No, the Twilight Drake is still being played because of the coin.
Yeah, I guess Coin Corruptor would have still traded for that. And he is putting orange kind of low, so not necessarily a mistake here because orange is down to 16 already.
But there is
But
this
we know-
Earth Shock.
Yeah, we know. There's the Earthshock, and we also know that there's those double heal bots. Wow, this is going to be an exciting finish. Kranich is putting so much pressure, but those double heal bots. If Orange has the time to play those, he might still be able to take this.
Oh man, this is also playing well around Hellfire. Like, Hellfire does almost nothing in this board. You just take 7 damage.
Yeah. Oh man, he's not finding the time for the heal bots really. Like he can play a heal bot here, yes, but he's looking at more than 8 HP. So for the next turn, things are not getting any better for Orange.
Yeah, the heal is not helping. It's just prolonging his agony here. Double Leper now. And that's 8 damage to face, Zap-O-Matic. And how about Hellfire now?
Oh, he probably has to do it, but he also needs to find a Dark Bomb or something to finish off the last Mech Warper. Yeah, he's looking at the Hellfire now. There's no other play available to him. Just has to hope for the best.
Yeah, and this should be over because he takes so much damage, and then this Mech Warper is doing 4, and there's double Crackle for Kranich. Oh, man,
right.
Orange is hoping there's nothing, but Kranich actually wins with that Shaman.
Wow, so the Shaman in the end did work out for him. He was struggling with it in the first 2 games, but it's pretty convincing in the last one. I might have to change my opinion on that matchup just based on that game. It was so fast, and it seemed like the Warlock didn't really stand a chance. I didn't spot any mistakes from Orange. I didn't see anything that could have been done different.
Yeah, he even kept Brown Bronzebeard to be able to double heal if there's a chance, but Kranich just didn't give him a room for anything. He couldn't play anything specific. He had to react to what was on board, and double golem, like 3/4. There was so much damage from the very beginning, so much pressure. When you are playing an aggro deck, and if you're able to play around Hellfire, this means you're gonna win the game because Warlock is struggling, and Malgus deck doesn't have the Molten Giants, no big tons that can just drop into Healbot. So Kranich, and with so much reach as well, lightning bolts, crackles. That's a tough matchup, I think.
Yeah, I'm starting to think if there's like reason to mix in some Moltens to Malgus Warlock list soon, but I don't know how to fit those in, and then you need to also start playing things like Sun Fury.
Maybe just swap Malagos with Reno Jackson, then with the Moltens, and you have a new deck, man.
Yes. Swap like 15 cards, and well, if you have a Malgus, I guess it's still a Malgus Warlock.
Yeah. Well, somehow. All right, so Kranich takes it, and Orange devastated after the loss. It was really tough. And I think we are still waiting for Surrender because he went offline. So
Yes. So unfortunately, we have 2 more matches today, but both of those matches are with Surrender being one of the players, and Surrender has had some issues today. So we are not exactly sure if those matches will happen or not. We are going to wait for him an additional 15 minutes. Yes, 15 minutes, and if Surrender is still not here, the matches will not happen.
Yep, that's absolutely right. So, all right, guys, for now, we're going to go into a short break. And after the break, we'll come back and let you know if we have 2 more matches for you or if we're going to say goodbye. But tomorrow, Surrender will play for sure. Hopefully. So, see you guys in a moment.